There's a quiet truth that many people spend their entire lives searching for. They chase wealth, success, and lucky opportunities, believing that good fortune is something hidden somewhere outside themselves. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect sign, or the perfect chance. Yet the greatest secret is that fortune often begins long before opportunity arrives. It begins in the silent landscape of your own mind. Imagine a still lake at sunrise. When the water is calm, it reflects the entire sky with perfect clarity. But when the surface is disturbed, even the brightest light becomes broken and distorted. Your mind is no different. When it is restless, filled with fear, anger, envy, or endless desire, you cannot recognize the opportunities already surrounding you. When it becomes peaceful, every path appears more clearly, and what once seemed like luck begins to reveal itself as awareness. Many people believe fortune belongs only to a chosen few. They compare themselves to others and wonder why success always seems to arrive somewhere else. But comparison is like carrying a heavy stone while climbing a mountain. Every step becomes harder, and every view becomes smaller. The moment you put the stone down, your journey becomes lighter. True abundance begins when you stop measuring your life against someone else's story. Good fortune is not attracted by desperation. It is welcomed by balance. Consider a tree standing quietly through every season. It does not beg for spring to arrive. It does not fear the coming winter. It simply grows each day, reaching deeper with its roots while stretching higher toward the light. Because of its patience, it eventually bears fruit. In the same way, every kind thought, every honest action, and every peaceful decision strengthens the invisible roots of your future. Your daily habits quietly shape tomorrow's blessings. A kind word spoken today may return as unexpected support years later. A moment of patience may prevent a lifetime of regret. A simple act of gratitude can transform an ordinary day into one filled with hidden gifts. Fortune often wears the disguise of small moments that most people ignore. There is another obstacle that quietly blocks prosperity: the constant need to control everything. Life moves like a flowing river. When you fight against the current, you become exhausted. When you learn to move with wisdom instead of resistance, the journey becomes smoother. This does not mean giving up your dreams. It means releasing unnecessary fear while continuing to walk forward with confidence. Silence is one of the greatest teachers of good fortune. In silence, you hear the thoughts that usually hide beneath the noise of daily life. You discover which fears are real and which exist only in imagination. You begin noticing ideas that were always present but buried beneath distraction. A peaceful mind becomes a magnet for wise decisions, and wise decisions often appear to others as incredible luck. Every sunrise offers a fresh beginning. Yesterday's mistakes do not have to become today's identity. The person who learns from failure becomes stronger than the person who has never fallen. Even the strongest bamboo bends with the wind instead of breaking. Flexibility is not weakness. It is quiet strength that survives every storm. Generosity also carries a mysterious power. When you freely share kindness, encouragement, knowledge, or compassion, you create an invisible circle of goodwill. The universe has a remarkable way of returning what is given with sincerity. This return may not happen immediately, and it may not come from the same direction, but life has a way of rewarding hearts that remain open. Many search endlessly for lucky symbols while ignoring the greatest source of fortune already within them. A peaceful heart sees possibilities where others see obstacles. A grateful spirit finds abundance where others see scarcity. A disciplined mind creates opportunities where others wait for miracles. The greatest treasure is not something you discover. It is something you cultivate. As you continue your journey, remember that every calm breath, every mindful choice, and every act of quiet integrity becomes another brushstroke on the masterpiece of your future. Fortune is rarely a sudden gift. More often, it is the natural harvest of a life lived with patience, awareness, compassion, and unwavering inner peace. Walk gently, speak kindly, think clearly. Let your actions remain steady even when the world becomes uncertain. In time, you will discover that the greatest good fortune was never chasing you, nor were you chasing it. You were growing into the kind of person who naturally welcomes it wherever you go. Good fortune begins in a peaceful mind. When the mind is calm and free from fear, comparison, and distraction, people can clearly recognize opportunities already around them. Good fortune begins in a peaceful mind because external success is always filtered through internal awareness. When a mind is calm, it becomes like a clear mirror, reflecting reality as it is rather than as fear or desire distorts it. In such clarity, even small opportunities become visible, while in a disturbed state, even great opportunities may pass unnoticed. Many people search for luck in places, people, or circumstances, but they overlook the condition of the observer, their own thoughts. A restless mind constantly jumps between regret of the past and anxiety about the future, leaving no space to recognize the value of the present moment. Yet every moment carries subtle openings that can lead toward growth, connection, or success. Peace does not mean absence of activity. It means absence of inner conflict while activity continues. When fear is reduced, decision-making becomes sharper. When envy disappears, creativity expands. When anger settles, understanding deepens. In this state, life is no longer seen as random or unfair, but as a field of possibilities waiting to be noticed. Good fortune, then, is not something that suddenly arrives from outside, but something that is revealed when inner noise becomes silent enough to hear what life has been offering all along. True success is not based on comparison. Measuring your life against others creates mental burden, while letting go of comparison brings clarity, confidence, and personal growth. True success becomes difficult when the mind is constantly measuring itself against others. Comparison creates an invisible weight that follows every thought and action, making even progress feel insufficient. A person may achieve something meaningful, yet instead of feeling fulfilled, they look sideways and feel behind. This habit steals inner peace and replaces it with quiet dissatisfaction. When attention is focused on other people's paths, energy is divided and clarity weakens. Each individual life unfolds under different conditions, timing, and unseen challenges. So comparing outcomes is like comparing two rivers that flow through completely different landscapes. One may appear faster, another deeper, but both are simply moving according to their own nature. When comparison fades, the mind begins to return to its own journey. Confidence grows not from being better than others, but from understanding one's own direction. In this state, effort becomes more sincere because it is no longer driven by insecurity. Instead of chasing validation, a person starts building inner stability. Peace replaces competition, and learning replaces jealousy. Gradually, success becomes more natural because attention is no longer scattered. A focused mind develops skill more deeply, notices opportunities more clearly, and acts without hesitation. In this way, letting go of comparison is not losing ambition, but gaining freedom from unnecessary mental burden. Consistency and patience create future blessings. Like a tree growing through seasons, steady effort, good habits, and patience naturally lead to long-term success and fortune. Patience and steady effort shape the foundation of lasting good fortune, much like a tree that grows silently through changing seasons. At first, its growth is almost invisible, yet beneath the surface its roots are becoming stronger and deeper. These roots are what allow it to stand firm when storms arrive. In the same way, human progress is often slow in the beginning, and many people give up because they expect immediate results. They do not see that every small action, every disciplined choice, and every moment of consistency is adding strength to their future. Life does not always reward speed. It rewards depth and persistence. When a person continues working with sincerity, even when there is no visible success. They are quietly building the conditions for future abundance. What appears as sudden luck is often the result of long, unseen preparation. Patience also protects the mind from frustration. Instead of rushing and making unstable decisions, a patient person learns to observe, adjust, and improve over time. This creates wisdom along with progress. Like seasons that cannot be forced, success also arrives in its own rhythm. When effort is combined with patience, even ordinary actions become powerful. In this way, good fortune is not a random event, but the natural outcome of steady growth, quiet discipline, and unwavering trust in the process of life unfolding. Letting go of control reduces suffering. Fighting against life's flow creates stress. Moving with awareness and flexibility allows smoother progress and better decisions. Life becomes heavier when the mind insists on controlling every outcome, every person, and every turning of events. This constant effort creates tension, as if one is trying to hold back a flowing river with bare hands. The more resistance there is, the more exhaustion builds, because life is naturally moving forward with its own rhythm. When expectations are rigid, even small changes feel like failure, and peace becomes difficult to maintain. Yet when a person learns to loosen their grip on certainty, something subtle begins to shift. Instead of fighting the current, they begin to observe it, understand it, and move with it. This does not mean abandoning goals or losing direction. It means releasing the need to force results at every step. Wisdom lies in recognizing what can be guided and what must be allowed to unfold. Many situations resolve themselves when unnecessary pressure is removed. Decisions become clearer when fear is not dominating every thought. Flexibility turns obstacles into adjustments rather than disasters. In this way, life feels less like a struggle and more like a journey. When control is replaced with awareness, energy is saved for meaningful action rather than constant resistance. Gradually, a deeper trust develops that life is not against you, but continuously unfolding in its own intelligent way, and this trust brings a quiet and stable form of good fortune. Inner qualities attract outer fortune. Gratitude, kindness, generosity, and discipline build a mindset that creates and recognizes opportunities, making luck a result of inner development rather than chance. Inner qualities shape the outer experience of life more deeply than most people realize. Gratitude, kindness, discipline, and generosity are not just moral habits. They are internal states that influence how a person perceives and responds to the world. A grateful mind naturally notices abundance instead of lack, and this awareness creates a sense of fulfillment even in simple circumstances. Kindness builds connection, and connection often opens doors that effort alone cannot. Discipline strengthens reliability, allowing a person to turn intentions into consistent action, which slowly transforms potential into reality. Generosity, when genuine and without expectation, creates a flow of goodwill that often returns in unexpected ways. These qualities do not work like instant rewards, but like seeds planted in unseen soil that grow over time. As the inner world becomes more balanced, the outer world begins to reflect that balance through better decisions, healthier relationships, and clearer opportunities. What many call luck is often the result of being prepared internally to recognize and receive what life offers. A person with a calm and positive inner nature is less likely to miss important chances because their mind is not clouded by negativity or fear. In this way, fortune is not merely something that happens randomly, but something that aligns naturally with the character a person develops over time.